you are shifting. If you have come across this video, it's because you are shifting in life. You are having an awakening. Although things have been tough for you, and it's been a rude awakening in an odd way, this difficulty is shaking you up to become the most authentic and powerful version of yourself. I just finished a workout right now, and the way workouts go is that you have to tear your muscle for it to grow back and grow back in a stronger way. That's how it is in life. Discomfort will make you grow. And the universe has a very intelligent way of functioning. From a seed, these trees have emerged. This tree right here, it was a surprise. We didn't even plant it and it emerged. And if you pay attention to how a tree grows, it's rude. It shoots out. It's a strong process. But there's a grace to it. There's a grace to it and a beauty to it. And so it is with your life. They say words don't teach, so I'll share a little of my experience. I had an experience in 2017 that woke me up. I had a strong dosage of THC, and it led to a very spiritual experience that essentially collapsed my ego and my whole worldview. And at the same time, it felt like I was getting the answers of the universe. But it was very different to what I had thought life was from my religious background. And what this did is that it collapsed a lot of identities all at once. And at the same time, it was a dark night of the soul because all the subconscious negative baggage that I had all came out at once. And it was very overwhelming, and it left me in a state of what they call derealization. Very hard to explain. But if you've had this experience, you know. And there's a lot of anxiety that comes with it. But this was necessary because I was structured in such a strong way to the identities of how I thought I was, who I was, and how I thought the world was. Now, the first moment when I had that experience, the first thought that I could remember I had was, God is real. I like to call God source now, because in that instant I realized, okay, God is real, this energy, but it's not the way that I thought it was. It's not this bearded person. It's an energy. And it was just something so different than what I had been brought up to believe. And like I said, it collapsed my worldview, and I had to become a match to that energy I had received, to that remembering, to that life purpose. And I still remember looking up what had happened to me, and it said that meditation would help. And my ego was so stubborn, which is natural because the ego is losing its grip. The ego isn't bad, it's only bad when it's in the driver's seat. And it was in the driver's seat, but it could feel that my higher self, the real me, was about to take over that driver's seat. And it uses all its tools at its disposal to not let that happen. So very intelligently, it would use these things. To me, it's like, no, you don't meditate. People who meditate are weird, you know? And this was back in 2017, so it was more weird to meditate and do things like that, especially considering my upbringing, which was very religious and no one would really meditate. But yeah, I like to say that when this experience happened, this awakening catalytic experience happened, I was a small battery, but I had gotten the charge of a Tesla battery. Now what needed to happen was I needed to become that Tesla battery. And slowly but surely, I received the right books, people, YouTube videos, which would kind of nudge me and sprinkle a little more awareness to me of awakening, of things that would make sense, of understanding the pain body, the ego, the subconscious mind, and a lot of those things. I started changing my habits, working out more, being out in nature, taking cold showers, changing the way I thought because there was a lot of negativity in there. and really being aware and questioning, who am I? That was a big question that arose during that experience that I was talking about. Since my identity collapsed, I'm like, well, who am I? What is the world? What is the purpose of all this? So yeah, if you are going through this, know that you are not alone. I wrote a book called The Butterfly Effect, A Guide to Awakening, and I spoke of my experiences and everything I have come to learn, which I thought would really help a person out who went through what I went, because I genuinely thought I was going insane, going crazy. And the worst part is that I knew that no one would really understand me. But I felt very comforted in 2020 when I came across an influencer's Instagram page, Jay Alvarez, and he started posting of his experience that he had, which was very similar to mine. And this book, I think, will really help people in that experience. I wrote it with the intention of helping someone who was in my position, because I genuinely lacked that guidance. But the guidance is internal and you have it, and the universe is always co-creating with you this awakening for you. So even though you might feel lost, there's always guidance there. This video might be guidance for you. Just really pay attention and you'll see that there's guidance everywhere. It could be in the book that you receive, the song that you hear, the friend that calls you and gives you a little nudge, the podcast you receive at the right timing. A lot of things are out there and they are really there helping you out. And it's just a matter of being aware and dipping into this essence. So know that you are not alone. Know that you are a powerful creator, and know that this is actually a very, very, very exciting time in your life. You are awakening to who you are. You are getting to know the blueprint of how this world works, and the fun part is like a video game when you know the rules, or like a sport, you could play that game in a very powerful way and create things to your liking. So it's an exciting time. Don't give up. If anyone needs any guidance or help, feel free to comment, and I will be more than happy to bring clarity or to simply just talk to you. Because, like I said, I know how difficult it may seem, but what I realized is that even though I went through everything that I did in my life, the negativity, it was all worth it for bringing me to this beautiful state that I'm in now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you will come to a realization that it all had its purpose and its divine timing. So rest assured that things are working out for you and that there is a lot of love for you. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you for sharing this space with me.